everyone, welcome to this part of the front suspension renovation on the TVR Chimaera Mark III 2001. That's the shock absorber complete, another one on bench there done. If you want to see me doing these, stripping them off and the manky old springs that were on there and the refurb and making a tool for knocking the bushes out in the pressing the new bushes in, painting, did a bit of that, and a complete pair of shockers ready to go back on the car. Yeah, so I won't hang on too long, we'll jump straight in and you can start and see what I've done, and we ended up with a nice result at the end. Thanks guys. Good. Right, good clean up that's going to need. It's just taking the springs off so to get some weight off them so I can get them in press. They're easier to handle, that's all, without spring on. Let's see if I can get this thing off without going swang. One extremely rusty spring. One brand new spring. Okay, we're all good with them. Put them back in box. Right, you've seen me take one apart. There's no point in me showing taking other apart. I'll do that and then we'll get set up to press these bushes out before we go in. Well, as you can see guys, we've got both shockers stripped and again an extremely rusty spring. No wonder it felt MOT, although they weren't broken. They're very rusty. I suppose that's from living outside for a few years. The shockers, right, I've done that one, I haven't done this one. Ow, 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 ow. move on. Not wrong with that, no oil leaking, beautiful, nothing wrong at all. So that wants super cleaning up and that one wants super cleaning up too. The platforms at the bottom are very corroded. They're not corroded away, they've just got corrosion from the spring. That one looks got all rusty marks on it from it. So we'll be doing them, but I think before I even attempt to clean them or anything would be to get them bushes out. That's got to be the aim. I did mention that they were off centre. See if you can see this better, how much off centre they are. Look at the centre dowel, the centre tube and the rim round here. See how much closer it is down. They've crushed and very corroded. So yeah, before we start any renovating we need to get them out. Okay, so that's just push your cut down to a length I can get in press without having to adjust the press a lot. See how tight they are. That's going out a bit easier. There, sort of binding. My bad. Yeah, that fits better. So there we have it, 2 bushes removed. Right, so we've given them a bit of a clean up and painted. That's Hammerite, Smoothite, yellow, which is not far off the colour of the original shockers. I've not painted the main stem of it, which goes behind the spring, because they seemed okay. I've covered up the Bilstein markers. I don't know whether that's going to cause a crack when I pull them off, I don't know. But it's time to get these bushes in. So I need to press them in. Now, I'm probably going to damage all the paint on here at some point, because once I've got these bushes in, I want to get the new springs on, and to put the new springs on I need to grip that in the vise, and it's got to be gripped like that in the vise, so it's going to take all paint off, so I'll have to touch it up afterwards with a brush or something. I mean, you don't see any of that anyway, it all disappears under wishbone, but that ain't the point. I don't want bare metal. So I'll get set up over on press. We'll have a go at pushing these bushes in. Yeah, I've already taken some paint off, but that's one done. Let's do it. So yeah, this is where I'll scratch it. Right, time to scratch them again. just touched them up. Looking good though. Glad I don't do this every day. It's typical, innit? Second one went straight on. And like a real bad paint floor at top. But yeah, some right chips. I'm gonna have to see if I can get some touch up for it. Yeah, look at that. Right mess. And under there, and there's like a big paint mark, like it's been touched while it was wet. What a mess. I'm gonna have to try and find some red paint, otherwise they're gonna go rusty out there pretty quick. Next big job's this, sort these brakes out. So they're ready to go back on car. I think I ought to sort these brakes out. I've ordered some steel. I'll probably show you, but God, tell you what, BMW aluminium calipers are so much lighter than the TVR cast iron one. So the TVR, if that's going to do it. This is TVR one, what looks like new pads, and they're the two fixing holes for the caliper. So the tangs on the hub are in that centre, which is 90mm centres. The BMW one is something like 113mm centres, and obviously because they're M12 as well, I've ordered some bolts by 1.5 fine pitch. They've got to come out further because I've put bigger discs on. So I've ordered some mild steel, quite hefty, that I'm going to have to mill on milling machine. But basically the first thing I'm going to do is get a centre line. Other thing is, for this to work, this caliper is going to have to be higher up than the original. The original's sort of here, and mine's going to be there, because the holes on that have got to be well away from the lugs that's on the hub, the castings, for it to work how I want it to do it. Now I've been reading piston heads and on TVR forum, and everybody that says anything about E38 7 series 4-pot Brembo calipers talk about a 12mm wheel spacer and new studs. Well, I don't know why, because I'm not fitting any wheel spacers. I might have to put a little 3mm packing in maybe, but I don't think so. I think they're clear. But so I don't know how. Apparently some guy that used to be on eBay that isn't on anymore, that I can't find, sells these adapters that he's made. But if you fit them, you've got to use 12mm wheel spacers and longer studs, which are obviously going to put wheel spacers on front of the car. You're going to have to put wheel spacers on the back of the car too. So yeah, I don't want to do that. I want the wheel to go back on with the original studs and nuts, no spacers. Whether I'm going to achieve it or not, I don't know. But I've got some steel coming. It should be what we're on Monday. It should be by Thursday from a Metal For You or something. And it's a great length. It's half a metre long. I need 150mm length for each side, which is 300mm total. They only do a 250 or a 500, so I've had to buy half a metre, so I'll have a piece over. If I cock up, at least I've got a spare piece. And I've got a set saw with a pen and CAD. Yeah, obviously I'm going to use CAD, cardboard aided design, so I'll get a cardboard box lid and do some scribbling. And hopefully out the other side will come some material that's milled that fits onto the original caliper mounts, and then I can offer this one up and see where I need to mill away the metal to mount these onto the same piece of steel. Clear as mud really, but I've got an idea in my head. Other night I were doomed and I thought it ain't gonna work. Cheapest I found I think were a kit were Wilco, or high spec, and they were nearly 1300 quid. And then if you went to Tarok's, they're 2.5 grand. I paid 120 quid I think it was for them 2 calipers off eBay second hand, and my new discs were there £90 each, something like that. I will have a look later. And so far that's all I've spent on some bolts, some new bolts. I'll knock off now. I might do this as a separate video because doing these calipers is going to be a long drawn out job. We work on milling machine, etc. So I might end that one there. If so, thanks for watching so far. Don't forget, give us a thumb, subscribe, and then you get to see next part. Thanks guys.